Okay, I wanted to cover this story. The FBI raids Trump's residence for one reason only, guys, and that's because everybody else who I see is covering it is going with the fact that oh, he's so abused and the DOJ is totally out of line and stuff like that. Okay, so everybody who's going over this is acting like this is real, and that's why I wanted to cover it. Okay, we gotta remember who Trump is. Okay, remember, if you haven't checked out my other video about the MAGA and what's really behind the whole MAGA movement, then check that video out. But we have to remember what is actually behind this, okay? What is behind Trump? Okay, I know it's easy to get caught up and think he's a good guy. This is all part of their plan right here. That's what I see. When I read this story, FBI raids Trump's Mar-a-Lago, unprecedented for agency to execute search warrant against former president. Okay, first of all, they got a search warrant, which they had to do by going through judges and the district attorney and different things like that. Now, could those institutions be corrupt? Yeah, sure. And guess what? They are corrupt. They're just as corrupt as our former president. Okay? They're all freaking in bed together. You have to remember that they are all on the same side. These people are all Masons of the free variety, right? We talked about that in the other video. So you can't trust these people. If you know anything about the way that these secret societies and stuff work, there's a reason that inside of all of their lodges that they have a black and white tile floor, okay? And you'll see the black and white, that whole esoteric symbolism in music videos, because guess what? All those people are in on it too, okay? Nashville and all the other music industries and Hollywood, all your favorite actors, they're all disgusting creeps too. And that doesn't exclude politicians. They're the same. So these people, the reason that they do black and white is because it has to do with this balance, like a yin and yang thing, right? Good deeds and bad deeds. That's why when you look back at Trump's presidency, you can see some good things even that he did. Seemingly good, right? We know technically nobody is good. Nobody is righteous but the Lord. And this guy does not have the Lord. He needs the Lord. So we know that nothing he does is actually good. But there are some things that maybe boosted the economy or seemed like good things. And there's a reason for that. First of all, they believe in this esoteric garbage, this black and white, this balance, that basically they can do the most atrocious things, which they do, actually. They do these atrocious things to other human beings that I can't really get into on here. But if you don't know about it, then just start looking into Freemasonry. They do atrocious sacrificial things, like human sacrificial things, okay? And then they turn around and they'll have some kind of a good organization, like the Clintons, and how they have some kind of a foundation for children in Haiti. But even that so-called good thing that they do, if you start looking into it, you'll see that there's actually trafficking that comes out of there. So none of their good deeds are actually end up being good. But this is how these people play this game. They do the good deeds and they do the bad deeds. At the end of their life, they hope that their good deeds outweigh their bad deeds and stuff, and they get rewarded by their master, who is the devil. So, we have to remember that he's not a good guy, okay? I don't want to hear about some good things that he did when he was president. If you look into it, he's a Mason, okay? There's no such thing as a good Mason, especially not at the high levels that he would be part of as one of the elites, There's no way that there's such a thing as a good one when it comes to that. Let's remember who he's friends with, okay? So he's friends with the Clintons, who he claims to be against. He's friends with, or was friends with, Jeffrey Epstein, whether or not he's still around or not. He's friends with all these people. But you think he's actually a good guy and trying to expose anything? He's not trying to expose Boo. He's on the same side as them, and he's playing the role. It's like if you're getting casting for a movie, you have to have the casting for the villain. Who would make a good villain? And then you have to have the casting for the hero. Who would make the good hero? Now, it depends on which side you're on as to if you think Trump was a villain or a hero. But generally, for the conservative right, we think that he was the good guy, right? But he was just playing his part. He's not actually a good guy. He's one of them. He's just like the rest of them. So do I believe that the FBI raided his home? No, I don't. I think this is all part of their stupid game to most likely would be to kind of clear up any suspicions people have about Trump because of the things that he's been promoting for the last couple years here that have to do with, DNA and changing that DNA and mandates and things like that. A lot of people are getting suspicious of him, quite frankly. So this right here would be an effort by them to clear any suspicion. Like, oh, look, see? The FBI is against him. Oh, yeah, sure. The FBI is against him. That's why he got investigated for being on the Lolita Express, right? No, he never did. He never got investigated, even though his name is on the flight log. And if you look into what happened in that whole situation, it's disgusting and horrific what has happened. And he's a part of it. Okay, so no, I don't believe that the FBI is against him. I don't believe that the DOJ is against him. I don't believe the CIA is against him, or even that Joe Biden is against him. They're all just playing the roles that they're supposed to play. So I just want to make this video to, in case you get caught up in it, don't get caught up in this stupid game that they have. It's basically mind manipulation, okay? They're trying to work on your brain, so that's called a psyop. They're doing a psyop because they want to get something out of you, or they want to manipulate your brain in a certain way. Maybe it's so that you'll really embrace Trump when he comes back around and reruns again, and maybe he'll end up being the anti-you-know, and then Christ. I can't say them together because I don't know what's allowed to be said and what's not allowed to be said. So the thing is, if he comes back around, there's a great possibility that he's going to be that person, that man of sin. And this might be an effort so that everybody will want to accept this guy, okay? Because they're going to be like, oh man, remember though, he's not actually bad because even the FBI is against him. Remember, they wouldn't raid one of their own. Yeah, they would. They would, okay? If it's all part of their game, if it's all part of their narrative, they absolutely would. So just stay focused, guys. Remember, Jesus is king. We can't trust these people. There is not one of these elites, of these politicians, these high-up people, there's not one who is on our side, okay? That includes Ted Cruz, who is also a Mason, okay? They like to act like they're on our side, but they're just playing the role that they're supposed to play. It keeps everybody divided. It keeps the people happy also, because then they just blame each other. You know, Biden does something stupid and he blames Trump. Trump, wants to clear his name, so he blames Biden for being stupid. Back and forth, like a tennis game, right? Hit the ball back and forth, and it's all to manipulate the masses, while secretly, all of these elites are still pushing forward their plan, their one world government, their one order that they are looking for that has nothing to do with Jesus Christ. All right, so stay focused, guys. Stay focused on Jesus, and don't get caught up in this whole left-right, paradigm thing that they have going on, where they want to be like, oh, the left against the right, oh, this is a good guy, oh, but now, keep focused, guys. These guys are not on our side. They're not on the common people's side. They look down on us. They think we're crap. Okay? They steal our children for their ceremonies. Okay? We cannot trust these people. Not a one of them. All right? This is just your daily reminder to stay focused on the Lord Jesus Christ. He alone is our hope, and He alone is our King. God bless.